All right, this is an installation of a backup camera system for the Casita travel trailer using a tow vehicle. This happens to be a Chevy Silverado, but this would work with any vehicle. I did an earlier video on unboxing of this camera, and I'll put the link down in the comments, but we're looking at the rear view camera now here, and this is a 2-channel system, so you could actually have 2 cameras. But I've just installed this and I'm finalizing it, and I thought I'd capture a quick video. What I did to connect this is I did go ahead and hardwire this, even though you can use a cigarette lighter plug. I actually took my panel off underneath the driver's side here, and I probed for a positive lead and grounded it, and that's a fairly simple process. You just need something like this, let you probe. You just want to find a 12-volt source and then a ground. So I powered it by hardwiring it up front. I've temporarily mounted it here, and instead of on the dash, given the size. As far as running the cable, I did use this underneath on a Chevy Silverado, underneath on this panel side. You take this kick plates and all out. There is a grommet that you can fish under, and I ran a piece of aviation cable all the way back here, and I've got it temporarily connected because I wanted to show you. In my original video, this comes with 66 feet of aviation cable, which is a one run, designed to be one run, but the problem being is that we need to be able to separate it when we take our tow vehicle off the camper. So what I have now here is I have 2 roughly 17 to 22 feet, somewhere in there, pieces of aviation cable. One for the tow vehicle and one for the camper. And this is where they will connect. And I'm showing you that now. You can connect and disconnect them. Now I'm going to dress it up here in a minute, but I'm going to have it to where when I have parked my camper and I'm disconnected, I can disconnect that camera cable and go use my tow vehicle independently. So more to come on that. Now let's go back. So we ran another length of aviation cable down to the back of the Casita, and I've temporarily set the camera up, and I've tested infrared, you can see, and I've just covered the light. And if you move that out of the way, then you have a regular source, no infrared lighting. It's kind of dark back here because I have the lights out. I was testing it. So, you know, what I like about the wired camera system, as I explained earlier, is there's no lag and lockups and so forth and delays. And I do prefer and recommend a wired camera over wireless. It requires a little bit more work, but it's worth it in the end. Now, I have not finished mounting this, nor made a determination for sure where I'm going to install it. These are IP68 waterproof design cameras, but I'm sure I will seal it if I mount it out here. Most likely I'll 3M it here. Now, I don't want to drill into my Casita and make a permanent hole at this point. So I'm probably going to go ahead and stick with the outside and seal the camera in a waterproof casing and go from there. And we'll see how it works before I start drilling and so forth. But if you take the time and you run the wire, then you can easily just go underneath your Casita, as I did, with a piece of aviation cable, and all I did was follow the frame here all the way underneath to the back, and the same thing on the tow vehicle. Now, one of the benefits of this too is that no matter what tow vehicle you use, you can easily switch the cameras. So if you take another piece of aviation cable, for example, in a second vehicle, and you run that aviation cable, then in a matter of minutes you could switch out the camera if you wanted to, or rotate among tow vehicles, which is my case because I sometimes use a Silverado pickup truck as a tow vehicle, and other times I use a 4Runner, so it gives me some options, you know. Now, if you want to know more about the camera system, I did do an earlier video of this camera system. It's basically a 7-inch wired backup camera system, and it is wired, and it comes originally with 66 foot of aviation cable. I just bought some additional packets of smaller cut cable rather than cutting it myself, and it works fine, no problem. And you can see the picture quality again. Now this is without the infrared lighting, so we'll test it out over time, and I'll come back and do an update. But I think this will serve our purpose well and give us some sort of view now behind the Casita. I have a backup camera on my truck, so I can use it when I'm connecting to my hitch, and it comes in very helpful too when you're trying to connect your hitch to your camera. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully this is helpful.